make fun of him. Too late.
Which is always fun.
All right, California, hang tight. L.A., Vegas, San Francisco. Everybody else were gone. And there's a video going up at John Clay Wolf YouTube video of me going out and buying some oil-filled trucks and some Hemi Cudas last week in Midland, Texas. And that goes live in just a second. 12 Central every week, new video on the John Clay Wolf YouTube page. Thanks.
Crazy.
ESPN Radio 97.5, 97.9 HD2. The big voice guy is 66.66% correct. It is me, Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, and Cam Smith, as you can see on the stream there. It is he's got Suns Out, Guns Out here on a Saturday. We're out of here at Tom's Watch Bar. 60-plus TVs for all your March Madness viewing action right now. We got St. Louis and Michigan as the only game in action. That game, about a 8-point game, getting to the final minute at the half. Obviously, we can't give live play-by-play, but for those interested,
steal by St. Louis. Oh, sorry, we're going to
get those interested. Milk Chamberlain right now, only 1 of 6 from the field.
Oh.
So everyone's favorite March Madness personality, other than maybe Amir Ora Khan, is only 1 for 6 right now from the field. You guys have Sean. I don't know if Cam, you've been following this as much, but do you have a favorite nickname for Avila?
Oh, I like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, that's probably the classic. I think I prefer Milk Chamberlain. Milk Chamberlain's pretty good. Some people just call him Kevin McHale. It feels like kind of a tap out. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, come on, we got to put a little more.
Kevin McHardy and Hale. I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
Hale
All right.
Hardy and soup.
He does have a little bit of a soupy body, but that's all right. He still gets He still gets buckets, right?
Yeah.
He still gets buckets. All right, we're out here at Tom's Watch Bar until 2 o'clock. We're in downtown, walking distance to the Toyota Center. So if you're coming out for the Rockets game tonight, come by early. We're here till 2. You can also watch your March Madness. You can park for free at Green Street, and then it's just a short walk over to the Toyota Center to watch the Rockets play, try to get a second win in a row after their nice win over the Hawks last night. So, again, 60-plus televisions here. They've got the pregame here, the postgame here every night for Rockets, especially on the weekends. They got live DJs. They got giveaways, a whole lot of stuff going on, drink specials, and a whole lot more. Great food, including Cam, you have a couple of favorites on this menu before we get into the March Madness section. I know
Chef
Cam over here, the professional chef over here. You got a pick or two on this menu.
I mean, you have exchanged food for money before.
You have made food that then people paid you for.
Facts.
I think that does make you a professional chef.
Maybe not
some
chef. Chef, isn't that like there's a certain difference between chef?
Yeah, I mean,
without getting too much into it.
Don't get into the weeds.
For me, like when I think of like a chef, I think of somebody that's like head of like the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like,
that's what I was thinking.
But then also there's the
You're more
title
like
of
a
personal chef.
Sous chef, a line
which is
line
like the
cook.
assistant.
Yeah.
But see, I think line cook
is
under
bottom.
chef.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
it is.
Okay. So anyway, that's a long way of asking. What is your? Cam just like, wait, I got to talk.
No, I mean, look, I'm going to be honest.
So I think I had the shrimp last time. I think you had something similar. I had the their version of a chicken and waffle, which is like on a corn cake waffle, like a
cornbread pancake.
Yeah, it was really
which
good.
Is really different. I love
it is really different, but I liked it a lot. But what is your best pick here on the menu?
Man, to be honest, I really like the ahi tuna tower. As like kind of like a starter, but the thing is like all the serving sizes here are big.
Yeah, that
like,
shrimp platter we got last
time
was massive.
Like the shrimp platter was amazing, but it's like It was like 30 pieces
You
of
could
like
probably
shrimp.
split it.
Yeah.
Not to take money out of Tom's Watchbird's pocket. Don't split it, but you could probably
No, I
split
came
it.
up here with a girl. We split it, and we still couldn't even finish it. Like it's like a family-sized portion. So no, the fried shrimp's good. The wings are amazing. Like I said, the ahi tuna tower is like really, really good. I haven't had the ribs. I've seen the ribs come out.
Oh, yeah? It looks impressive?
I
They
mean,
look
the
pretty
prime
good.
rib dip looks awesome too.
Yeah. But
Our
honestly,
social media person, Lexi, mentioned she's going to get the fried pickles.
Fried pickles, great
So,
choice.
Yeah, good choice there
I
for
wonder
an
if I've had
appetizer.
those. But honestly, everything I've had here has been good.
It hits?
Yeah,
All
it
right.
hits.
All right. So speaking of, now there's no good transition here.
Speaking
Teams that hit.
Speaking of
There it
hits,
is.
Yeah, speaking of hits. All right.
Come on.
Let's start off with
Believe in yourself.
Who's your most impressive team so far through the first round of the men's basketball tournament? Sean, I'll start with you.
It's tough because I mean, they're
Obviously,
the pick.
some of these teams are playing jobbers. So
Yeah, and
that kind of colors it a little bit.
I tried to not the team that like U of H handled Idaho really well. Not that impressive because I
Right.
have higher standards. I mean, it's tough because my answer is down. Hold on, 8 right now. It's St. Louis Billikens for what they did to Georgia.
Was,
Yeah.
they were up 40 at one point in that game.
Yes.
They were up 40.
Yeah,
And,
they're
and
hanging
it's an
with
8, and it's an
Michigan.
8-9 matchup too, no less.
Exactly. So I was like competition, beat the absolute hell out of them.
yeah.
Now that
Beat
is
the
something
dog bleep out of them.
some would say.
Some would say.
Some less refined would say.
Wow.
Oh, that's
okay.
fine.
Shots fired.
Hey.
Shots fired.
But yeah, to play an even matchup like that and to outclass them in the way that they did, I think I got to go with the Billikens. Even though, I mean, are they on track to even cover? They might not even cover against Michigan right now, but that's the perils of March Madness.
If
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain starts hitting shots, Michigan's in trouble.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
I'm going to say High Point.
The fact that they're only down to
go.
8 with Milk Chamberlain with like 1 of 6 is pretty impressive. So your team is High Point with the upset, the 12-5 upset over Wisconsin.
To be honest, High Point sounds like a high school. So
It
it's just
does.
kind of like,
It does.
yeah. And Wisconsin was
It's
a
like
really good team
sky
this
high.
year. So the fact that they put 83 on Wisconsin, I don't know how well they're going to do against Arkansas because Arkansas is obviously a pretty good team too.
They're the
Arkansas
lowest
was
seed
very
remaining.
good.
High Point's the lowest seed remaining right now. 12.
Yeah.
No 13s, no 14s, no 15s.
No, it's kind of tracking like last year. I believe I saw a stat last year that mentioned there was only 3 teams, 11 seed or higher or lower, like whatever, that won a game. And this year there was 3 on Thursday, but one of those was Texas. So it's it's not really a Cinderella story.
I mean, it is to me, but yes.
I mean, I was happy, Sean. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a Cinderella story.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, the last 2 tournaments, you haven't had a 13 seed win a game, or 13 seed or lower win a game. How much of that is like some big conclusion we can draw from the NIL era, or how much of it is just like
That is a talking point right now.
It's been 2 years, and it's 15 seeds hardly ever win, 16 seeds almost never win. So it's like we're talking about 8 games over 2 years
Right.
that the underdogs didn't win, huge underdogs didn't win. I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to be like 13 seeds the new 15 or whatever, but that is something to monitor. That High Point was the only team. That is Cinderella-ish, I guess. VCU maybe as well, that did win a game yesterday.
Yeah,
this
VCU, I
weekend.
mean, it kind of fits, but they've also kind of like what happened with Butler. Like at a certain
Yeah.
point, we just kind of expect it from them.
Like
And
Wichita State too.
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
And UNC was without their best player,
Caleb
Caleb
Wilson,
Wilson. So
right.
there is like another asterisk on that. But, yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. It obviously sets up for better Sweet 16, Elite 8 matchups if all these very talented teams move through. But, we could have a 12 or 11 win today. I wouldn't be too upset.
But this has been a good first round. Even the lower ranked seeds that didn't make it, some of them played really well. Like Siena only lost to Duke by 5.
Yeah, they're up 10 at
It
halftime.
felt like they should have won that
CA
game.
Baptist
California.
only lost by 7
Yeah.
to Kansas.
And
Like,
Kansas at one point in the second half, I think it built the lead out to 20, but they reeled them back in and made that a competitive game. Yeah, there's obviously been a few blowouts. Iowa State, absolutely crushed, even with Jefferson leaving that game early with his ankle injury. We'll see what his return to play is.
Yeah.
I think my most impressive, because there's been a few times in this tournament where outside of 16 versus 1, I almost throw that out the window, like you said, Sean, but outside of those, there's been a couple of cases where, like 2 minutes after tip-off, I'm like, oh, this is a complete mismatch. These two teams do not
Oh,
belong
yeah.
on the same court together. One happened yesterday, St. John's against Northern Iowa. Like 2 minutes in that game was like, okay, Northern Iowa has zero chance. Like St. John's pressure, playing the full court press, turned them over. Like they ran out to, it was like a 9 or 11 nothing at the start and just completely obliterated them. And the other one was on Thursday with a game actually in my bracket. You can hopefully got your bracket in on the ESPN975.com, but I picked the Troy side of Nebraska Troy.
I was on that one.
Playing the 12-5, and mostly because, and I said this on the show last week, I was mostly trolling Nebraska because I don't trust Nebraska.
Same.
Until you do it, I can't trust you. Well, they did it. They did it.
We're exactly
Okay,
aligned
yeah.
on this, and yeah,
They
that was-
obliterated Troy. And it was
a coronation.
it was a
first round win.
yeah, exactly. It was a different type of domination because where St. John's did it against Northern Iowa was more the press and just being physical with them, whereas Nebraska was hitting a ton of threes, and when they did miss, it felt like they got 70% of the offensive boards when they did miss. It was just complete bully ball from Nebraska.
Troy got demolished like in real life when Nebraska came in the horse.
yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
Trojan
Yep,
horse.
Yep, the Trojan horse.
Yeah,
They stepped out of the horse and started shooting threes.
yep. Right when you said in real life, I was like, I know where this is going.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm along for the ride.
If you had under the first segment being completed before we got a Trojan horse reference,
Yeah,
you
we
cashed
got
your
there.
ticket. Cashed your ticket.
Illinois is another one that just like, oh wait,
Yeah.
this one won't be competitive with Penn.
No.
All right, cool. We can sim to finish
Yeah,
on this one.
we can offer the friendly quit.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
opponent, you get the message your opponent has conceded.
Yeah.
That was definitely one. So on the opposite side of that, gentlemen, I'll start with you on this one, on Cam for this one first. But who to you was the biggest loser, the most like team of the first round?
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
Who had
we
the
did-
longest flight home? Just getting
Yeah.
absolutely now.
Oh, I mean, sorry,
no, go
to
ahead.
cut the
good.
line
Well,
here.
Cam's thinking, so you go jump
Santa
in.
Clara's got to have the toughest ride home.
Yeah, you took that a different way than I meant it, but you're absolutely right.
The
they
buzzer
should have
beater
won
in
that
overtime.
game.
They made
Yeah.
what? They made two shots that basically like were.
Well,
if you're a Santa Clara fan, they made two shots in the last like 40 seconds
Yeah.
where you're like, oh my God, we just
Well,
beat
yeah.
Kentucky.
If you're following the win probability, they hit a three with like 3 seconds left.
Yes.
I know. I was watching the game with Joe out at East River 9. We were
Mm-hmm.
there all day yesterday. Great place to go out and watch March Madness today. Maybe get a round of golf in. But like we were watching, and they hit that 3 with 3 seconds. Like Joe and I, like, oh my God, they
Yeah.
won. And then no, I can't pronounce the guy. Owe.
Yeah,
Is that how you say his
Otego
name?
Owe.
Yeah, he hits that half-court buzzer beater to send it overtime, and Kentucky controlled overtime. Although it was a back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
they won by like, what, 5 or 7?
yeah, it felt like Kentucky had control most of the way in overtime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely one. Did you think of one now, Cam?
I mean, outside of that one, I'd say probably BYU.
Yeah, that was a tough one. We'll get into
Yeah.
more of that one in the next segment when we talk about some of the local teams. But certainly,
BYU, Wisconsin, probably the two teams that like most thought like, hey, we got
Yeah.
something here that are already home, and both on Thursday as well. So you don't even get that extra day as a fan to be like,
Yeah.
hey, at least we play on Friday. We're still in.
Imagine flying out for one day, your team loses, and you have the
Yeah.
hotel for like 3 more days, and you're like,
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
I mentioned the other side of this earlier with St. Louis, but could we give an argument for Georgia? They're in an 8-9 matchup. They're down 40 at one point to the Billikens, and then they end up losing by 25.
And they were also like an 8 or 9 seed last year, and also got blown out.
Sounds right. Definitely, I think that they were definitely an 8-9. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
their
they also
matchup.
got smoked last year in the tournament as well. So that's something where, not to go local Athens, Georgia radio here, but that's something
Okay.
where you got to look at the coach. Like what
Yeah.
what are we doing? You come out completely outclassed 2 years in a row in a matchup where it's like, okay, we're Georgia basketball. We're fine with being in the 8-9 game. Like, we're not Kentucky. We get it. Can we at least be competitive in these games?
Against St. Louis.
Against teams we're theoretically like on the
Yeah.
same level as?
Like
Yeah.
I assume Georgia spends more money on their basketball team than St. Louis.
Fair assumption.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Very fair.
Yeah.
Like, can we at least be, I don't know, within 10?
SEC
Can we
money
be within
versus
10?
A10 money? Come
Is that
on,
asking
man.
too much? Can
At
we be
the-
within 10?
At the second TV timeout, do I think we still can win? Yeah.
Dude, like they were down 40. Like they got treated like they were Siena, who put
Yeah.
Siena put up a game against Duke, and you can't stay within 40
Yeah.
of St. Louis.
I
think George is the biggest loser.
Idaho.
That's a good point,
Idaho
yeah.
hung with the Cougs. For
Yeah. Well,
5 minutes.
like half the first half.
Yeah.
Like 5 to 10 minutes, and then once Emmanuel Sharp started hitting threes, it was
Whatever.
ball game.
Mushroom.
Yeah,
Mario Kart.
yeah,
Just,
exactly.
okay, we're
let's
done.
let's carry that conversation over. Let's talk about the Cougs and the Aggies, and Longhorns also got a big win, as Sean mentioned, against BYU. We'll talk about the local side of March Madness when we return to the bullpen, live from Tom's Watch Bar here until 2 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. Oh, the double fister, yeah. Was it tall or was it just? Oh, it was wide, wasn't it? Oh, is that what Cam's getting?
No, I don't know what Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. I don't think she's going back to the station. Lexi, you going back to the station? No, she's not going back to the station. Yeah. Too bad. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry? Okay.
Can I also get a Miller Lite in the big two-hander? Yeah. Hey, how's it going? It's also kind of like being a baby because it's like you have to drink it with two hands.
An adult sippy cup.
Yeah. Oh man, if they put it like little.
I guess I'll have to do it the next one. I'll look. Yeah, we're good. I'm just trying to see when I'm going to get drunk on.
You're listening to The Bullpen
on ESPN 97.5 and 97.9 HD2.
Broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at Tom's Watch Bar. Here's Brian McDonald and Sean Mapes.
And Cam Smith, Brian McDonald,
Cam
Sean
Smith.
Mapes. And you say that like and twins, like the old
Oh,
Budweiser.
I'm trying to do Jim Cutler voice.
Oh, you're trying to do
and Cam Smith.
Why don't you give the whole thing a take?
What
Closer
was
to
it?
Pharrell.
Live from Tom's Watch Bar. Here's
Live from Tom's Watch Bar, here's Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, and Cam Smith.
there we go. All right,
That sounds more like Pharrell.
a little bit. It did sound like a little
now
bit.
you're
Pharrell.
trying to get me to just do Pharrell
Yeah.
and fry my
Will
voice
it work?
17 minutes at no.
Will it work? No? Oh, damn. Okay.
Hour 2 maybe.
Hour 2. Okay, we'll check back in.
It's too painful to talk like that.
It is. It is pretty painful. So, like the big voice guy said, and got most
And
of it
Sean.
right. Yeah. Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, and Cam Smith live at Tom's Watch Bar here in downtown. Walking distance to Toyota Center. So if you're coming out for the Rockets game tonight, come out a little bit early. We're here until 2. You can watch your March Madness. They got 60-plus TVs here in Tom's Watch Bar. Lots of great food and drink specials, tasty food, cold drinks. Sean's getting a two-handed alcoholic drink, so he's getting his party going.
40 ounce.
40 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
bringing out
Lime
the
once
duct
said
tape.
40
They're
ounces
bringing-
to freedom.
Their scissor hands.
Edwards, yeah.
For the rest of the show. That's what I'm
So you can park free at Green Street. It's just 2 blocks over. That's where we all park today. You can park for free, walk over here, watch your March Madness, then walk over to Toyota Center. It's all really convenient. And you got 60-plus TVs to watch all your March Madness today while you have some great food and drinks. So let's localize a little bit here with the March Madness and some of the results. Cougs and Ags getting on today. So obviously the Cougs had well, actually, they both had what turned out to be pretty easy games because A&M absolutely crushed St. Mary's as well. But what are your overall impressions, Sean, from whatever we can take from the Cougs opening round game against Idaho?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that looks very focused. I mean, they're ready to play. We talked about how none of these lower seeded teams beat one of the 3s, 2s, and 1s that they played, but there are a lot of them that at least kept it close, and Idaho did for 10 minutes. But
yeah.
like I said in the first segment, like there's just a gear that the Cougs got to that like Idaho just cannot keep up with. That it's nice to see the Cougs kind of hit that gear. It's especially nice to see a guy like Emmanuel Sharp be ready to go this early in the tournament. And I believe 4 of the 5 starters for the Cougs scored double figures, all pretty efficiently, except for Uzan, who's just good, not great.
Kind of been his story all season, unfortunately.
And then Sinak only had, I think, 7 points,
but
18 rebounds.
Yeah, 12 in the first half. 12 in the first half.
It was one of those, like, okay, everyone's eating kind of things. Like, there's not a guy on the Cougs where going into this game against A&M, I'm like, maybe it's Uzan. Like, of anyone, it's maybe him, but he also has a little bit of, I kind of trust him because of what he did last season and what he's more of a stable set of hands on this year's team, where Flemings and Sharp are more the dynamic scorers.
Yeah, so my couple of takeaways from this game, I mean, as much as you can take away from a 2 versus 15 matchup, and obviously part of this is, I think, shaded by who they played, but one of the issues they have had recently, even in wins, is getting in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And they only had one guy even get to 3 fouls, which was Sharp. Now, part of that is you don't have to try as hard to defend, a 15 seed. So we'll see if that remains the same. But that's something that I think to watch because they've had a lot of trouble with staying out of foul trouble, especially JoJo Tugler. And they're not really deep really they're not deep anywhere. But I would say especially in the post, because Sacco can come in, but he has no offensive game.
Yeah, that's kind of the difference or one of the differences. Obviously, Kingston Fleming is another big one. But between this year's team and last year's team is that last year's team felt like it had a little bit more depth because he had Roberts and basically everyone who's on this team right now. Yeah. So the depth there, and also
LJ Cryer.
And LJ Cryer kind of taking that Fleming role. So like really that is the difference. And what Roberts brought just as like a low post option where you're not so perimeter dependent when it comes to scoring.
Yeah. I mean, look, I feel like every year, like U of H, the way they build their squad, they're built for March Madness because they have exceptional guard play. But we've also seen in the past where that guard play is very inconsistent when you get into like the later rounds against like really, really good teams. So against A&M, like I think they're gonna win, but A&M has way more depth at like the big man position that U of H doesn't have. They rebound better. They have more assists. So I think A&M might give them a good run for their money. We just need all the guards for U of H to consistently play, because I just feel like it's been Fleming who's been consistent all year, and then Uzan and Sharp, it's like one great game and then they hit or miss the next game. So it's just like all three need to like contribute the same.
I'm also interested, especially Fleming's, because he is the freshman. We heard the freshman moment that he had
trying to take the name plaque
in the press conference. But it is, this guy's first time in these type of games and playing the type of team, or playing a team like A&M that plays the way A&M does. Like, I'm interested in basically Buckyball meets Kelvin Sampson. Like, that to me is like a reason alone to turn on this game. Never mind that it's, the team in the city that's made constant runs to the Elite Eight and Final Four the last, half decade. And the team where you can hear all their games on our station. So it's like that. It's obviously a matchup we would be interested, we're interested in for a lot of reasons. But I think even if this was, pick a 2 seed, pick another 10 seed, like this specific matchup is interesting as well.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the last time these two teams faced each other
was in
March Madness.
It was.
Yeah,
it was like 100-95. It was a close game.
Yeah, it was another close game.
They've actually faced like four.
It was like Wade Taylor era A&M.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was like
2 or 3 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, not last year. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, they've actually met quite a bit because they've also played in some of the like tip-off classics at Toyota Center.
Yeah.
Now, none of those.
They're like exhibition, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, those they
Oh,
count,
okay, but
not against Bucky. And we have to remember the Aggies only brought back one person on the roster.
True.
And that guy barely even plays. So,
Yeah.
like, even though they played a lot, it wasn't against Bucky and it wasn't against this roster. So there is some, I think, newness for Kelvin Sampson to deal with. It'll be really interesting because we know Bucky ball. They like to play a kind of a smaller roster at times, press you, get up in your face. Now, I think the Cougs have the guards to handle it with Uzan and with Flemings, but Flemings can get a little wild with the ball at times. And he is a freshman.
18-year-old, like, in this spot, you know, like, you can already see the, like, A&M goes on, like, a 6-0 run. They've cut the lead down to 2, and now it's like they're pressing. Thank you. They're pressing, and Flemings is having trouble. Like, you can kind of see that moment in your head, and that's what I'm interested in the most.
Yeah, because they've been very good about not turning the ball over. They're, you know, top 5 or 10 in the nation in fewest amount of turnovers per game. But there's just been some moments where Flemings gets a little bit wild with the ball, and I'm interested, Cam, I don't know what you think about this, but the dynamic of Flemings and Uzan specifically, because Uzan was kind of the point guard last year, like running most of the stuff, and he still does that to a degree, but he's kind of had to defer to Flemings a bit because of just how talented Flemings is. And I think that's created some of the, I guess, lack of aggressiveness from Uzan at times. Like, he still doesn't – it still feels like he at times doesn't know where he fits into the offensive flow and like, getting everything going.
It's almost kind of like Reed Shepherd. Like, we don't know if we have a 2-guard or like a point guard. Last year it was easier because, like you said, there was no Flemings. So
he was the point guard.
But now this year he's had to share the load with Flemings because he's played so well, and it's like he's trying to figure out, all right, am I a point guard? Am I a 2-guard? And if you don't have the ball in your hands, obviously you can't create as many plays, which is why he's been a little more inconsistent this year. But, I mean, they're still a 2 seed. Like,
I still expect them to win. It's just one of those things to watch out for. Foul trouble, and I think – does Flemings get a little wild with the ball? That could be a situation, though, where Uzan needs to kind of step back into the role he did last year.
Yeah.
Either because Flemings, as a freshman, is making some freshman-type moves, or because of foul trouble and run the offense.
And I think they're obviously U of H, all this entire, like, half decade, like Sean said, that they've been on the run. They've always been, like, one of the better rebounding and second chance teams.
Yep.
But so is A&M. A&M hits the boards technically harder than U of H. So U of H is going to have to be real efficient on those offensive rebounds. Like, you can't let A&M out rebound you and start running, or then you're really going to be in a pickle.
Cougs by 10.5. How are we feeling?
I would take A&M plus 10.5.
I would take A&M plus 10.
I would also take A&M.
Is that the line?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I do like the Cougs to win this game. I don't think it's 10.5 though.
Yeah,
I think that's too big.
I think it's closer
plus
to like
310 for A&M.
I think where I would pick the Cougs to cover would be at like 6.5 or 7.
Yeah.
That's kind of my range.
Yeah. Okay.
10.5 feels a little.
6.
It's just that, like, well, it's what we talked about. Like, well, actually, we didn't talk about this part, but Emmanuel Sharp, you know, throw some dice up in the air and let it land as far as what sort of shooting game you're going to get for him. Some nights, like he was against Idaho, he goes 6 of 7, doesn't miss from downtown, right?
Yeah.
And then, no, that's literally his shooting line. Okay. You gave me a look like, how dare you? That is literally his shooting number, okay? Okay, Cam?
And
I could say it in this instance.
No, I was shaking my head more of, like, to your point, 6 of 7 last night, but there's games where he goes 1 of 10.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
God damn it.
We remember the game against, I think it was at Utah back in February, where he hit like, I think it was 7 or 8 3-pointers. And then the next few games he goes cold. Yeah. It's just, so I think, you know, foul trouble, how does Flemings deal with the pressure, and then what type of shooting night we get from Emmanuel Sharp are kind of the things to watch for in this game.
And I'm not sure if this is something that makes me feel better about the Cougs or worse, is that where it's like we kind of have questions of how Flemings is going to handle, you know, March, getting pressed, all that stuff.
Yeah, Bucky ball specifically.
We have the Emmanuel Sharp hot coldness, and then we have Uzan, who's like kind of been peak and valley a little bit this year, or not even peak and valley, just been kind of uneasy with what you're getting from him. It's like they have all these redundancies. So if any one of them is off, they can kind of pick each other up.
For sure.
It's like, but there's not one guy who I'm like, tonight's the night. You know, like where it's like,
I think
feel
that guy
good,
might be
like L.J.
Fleming's.
Cryer and Jamal Shedd in past years, where it's like we know what we're getting out of this guy.
Yeah.
We just that's to me the difference. And Juwan Roberts, honestly.
That's
to
honestly
me the
one of the biggest things is last year whenever because we know the Cougars, for as much as their overall offensive efficiency numbers point to a good offensive team, we know they're prone
it's
to
second
these
shots.
well, we know they're prone to these dry spells with their offense. But last year, Juwan Roberts, pretty good post player. Okay, things are struggling. We could go to him.
Exactly.
You could kind of go to Tugler sometimes, but he's got a decent little lefty hook if he's in close. But that's really his. Or if he gets a slow big on him, he can with his speed take him off the dribble from the perimeter. But I don't know.
Yeah,
the post game is inconsistent.
It's the dependable nature of L.J. Cryer and Juwan Roberts, who is like or in last year's team was like a drought stopper. It's like, okay, we've had 3 straight empty possessions. Like, we can get a good look by getting Roberts the ball.
So Cam, if you were to bet, who's the guy that puts the team on his back though, like Greg Jennings back in the day? Who's it for the Cougs tonight?
I think it's going to be Fleming's.
I do too. Like the way he could take guys off the dribble and that pull-up game he has from free throw line area. He started 6 for 6 the other night.
Yeah.
Obviously cooled off a little bit after that, but his pull-up game is pretty dynamite.
I think it's going to be him because I think it has to be him. I love the athleticism of U of H big men. Honestly, they kind of remind me of a bunch of Stromile Swifts, long, athletic,
I don't like
can hit
that.
the board, but they can't score efficiently.
Yeah.
So it's just
it's a
It's
good
accurate. It's accurate, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it, Cam.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you brought me down, Cam.
No, wait, Stromas. No, I'm thinking of Tyrus Thomas on LSU. Never mind.
Oh,
I was going to say,
Tyrus, same guy. Kind of same guy.
Made a Final Four.
He made a Final Four and then got obliterated by Florida.
Was he on the same team as Big Baby Davis?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, they beat A&M that year by 2 points. That was AC Law.
They beat Texas in the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
they beat Texas in the Elite Eight. And I believe
Florida,
they lost
right?
to Florida because UCLA advanced on the other side,
Yeah.
beating I forget who it was exactly. But all right, we still haven't talked about Texas and their advancing over BYU in their game coming up against Gonzaga. Yeah, Gonzaga. I don't know why it's spaced there. I thought it was Gonzaga. All right, we'll talk about that more on the other side, and then also get into the Rockets game as well, as they got a win over the Hawks last night. Live at Tom's Watch Bar until 2 o'clock. Walking distance to Toyota Center. Come out and join us. ESPN Radio 97.5.
This is the Bullpen,
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at Tom's Watch Bar. Here's Brian McDonald and Sean Mapes.
And Cam Smith live out here at Tom's Watch Bar downtown, walking distance to Toyota Center, where you can park free just 2 blocks away at Green Street and walk over to Tom's Watch Bar. Great place for your pregame and your postgame if you're going out to the Rockets game tonight. And they've got 60-plus TVs, so come out here. We're here till 2 and watch March Madness with me, Sean, and Cam live again here until 2 o'clock. So, guys, we were talking about Cougs versus Ags in the previous segment. Another Texas team advanced, Sean, and that's a team you and I both root for.
TCU.
No,
Texas Tech
they
also.
did win. They did win. TCU did win. Credit to Ohio State's kind of one of those teams I always just bet against in college basketball. I mean, post the Greg Odom.
I was going to say, you lost a lot of money in the Thad Matta
yeah,
era.
they post Greg Odom. I just usually bet against
Yeah.
Ohio State. It feels like they're always one and done. But no, Texas gets. I mean, I guess you'd have to classify it as a surprise, even though BYU was out without Richie Saunders, one of their best players.
Yeah.
DeBonsa still went off, looking every bit the number 1 overall pick, which is who I would take in that debate. But Texas comes through. I would say, Sean, even though it got down to, I believe, 4 in the last few minutes, it felt like Texas controlled most of that game, even though DeBonsa was going off left and right.
Yeah, really. I mean, they got out early. They kind of maintained the lead in the first half. And in the second half, they started the second half on on actually a pretty big run.
Yeah.
To pull it, or push it to double digits.
Lokatitis was great, other
yeah.
than from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Dude cannot hit a free throw.
They got to double digits. DeBonsa kind of emptied the tank, I think, in the middle of the second half to get BYU a little bit closer. And you saw that really, rear its ugly head at the end of the game because he goes the last 3 minutes of game time without scoring a basket. And that, BYU's not going to win a game doing that. So, I think that the Longhorns look, I mean, I don't know, it's probably like a top 10 game of their season they played. As far as performance on the court, I don't know if there's 10 better games that they've played in the first 30 that were like that. So, it's Sean Miller is a, relatively proven tournament coach. I don't think he's made a Final Four yet. Or no, maybe he did with Xavier. I think he might have at Xavier back in 2003 or something.
I don't remember.
But yeah, he's a tournament coach, and this matchup with Gonzaga. Sorry, Calvin Sampson. Gonzaga is going to be pretty interesting with the big man matchup. You mentioned Vocatitis playing a great game against BYU. On the other side, you got Graham Ike on Gonzaga as well, who really took him home against Kennesaw State on Thursday.
Yeah, Vocatitis, I mean, he was 15-11 and a half. His post game feels like it's kind of wild at times.
Okay, I compared him to like a stretched out Shingun.
Yeah.
Where it's like
it feels like
it's
he'll
all
make
herky jerky
yes.
and like
He'll make
looks out of control, but
Yes.
it goes in.
Well, that
A
and
bucket's a
sometimes
bucket.
he'll make a great move and it's like, okay, he's right there at the rim. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, there's a little
just-
bit of that,
There's
too.
a little bit of that, and then he was just abysmal from the free throw line. I'm trying to. Do I have the,
7?
He was. I think at one point he was
3
like
of 11.
He was 3 of 11, yes, but
in the second half.
yeah, he was 3
Yeah.
of 11. But at least 2 of those misses were the front end of 1-on-1, so it was more like 3 of 13. Like it was brutal.
And there's a point where he had shot the only free throws in the second half
Yes.
for Texas, and he was 0 for 6.
Well,
he
Texas
just
in
missed them
general,
all.
they're going to have to hit them free throws because what were they 49% from the free throw line? I think
Well,
it was a
that's
team,
Vocatitis.
something.
That's almost single-handedly Vocatitis because he's the guy that's going to shoot the most because of the action being around the rim
Yeah.
and getting fouled, and he just does not hit it. I mean, they were going hack of Vocatitis.
Yeah,
they
they
were
did.
in that game at one point. Sean Miller had to take him off the court towards the end of the game.
Yeah, for Texas to win, I think you're going to need a game from Mark. You're going to need Dalen Swain.
Yeah.
I think like the Vocatitis game, you take it. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth there. You kind of know it's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Or at least you can't bank on it happening again.
I think you could bank on 13-9.
Yes.
But he's not going to carry like
Whatever,
if we look
25 and 12.
Right,
no.
yeah. We're not I don't want to bank on a 25-12 again. I think you're right. Like Dalen Swain's been kind of up or down in the recently, and then Tremont Mark, I mean, he's obviously had the big moments with that buzzer beater 3. Also had the buzzer beater against the Aggies a while back. But I think if they win this game, it's because Tremont Mark and Jordan Pope and Dylan Swain really start to get hot from distance, and then obviously getting to the line because they're the guys that can hit it compared to Vokatitis.
They can make free throws.
They can actually make free throws. So what's the do you have the line on this game, Sean? If you don't, I can try to pull it up here.
I can pull it up.
But I'm curious which way you would go on that.
Gonzaga -6.5.
That feels fair.
Give me the horns.
Give me the
horns. I have the most dangerous feeling you can have in March. Belief.
You're ready to get your heart ripped out?
All it took was, I guess, 2 games. Shout out to the first 4.
Yeah,
but
NC State, yeah.
I'm starting to okay, this team, it's come together a little bit. Obviously, they can't defend anybody, so,
that's the thing.
It's going to be 80 to 85,
Watching that NC State game, you get it against DeBonsa, right? It almost felt like at times their defense was, okay, let DeBonsa score and just try to shut down it. Rob Wright didn't go off, and obviously they're missing Richie Saunders because it kind of felt like they were just okay, DeBonsa could get his 40, but if we hold down everyone else, we're okay. I don't know if that strategy will work against Gonzaga, but in that NC State game, I know they were bad defensively all year, but NC State was not a team that was living in the paint in the regular season, and all of a sudden they just had a free pass as Michigan just got a poster dunk there. Up 9 on St. Louis. Yeah, up 9 on St. Louis at the under 12 mark in the second half, but NC State just lived in the paint getting layups and dunks on Texas all game. I kind of have that fear that we could see that again against Gonzaga today.
Yeah. By the way, this Michigan dunk
it's pretty sick.
Something else.
It's pretty sick.
That's going to be on, what's it called? The end of the thing. The end of the tournament, the song that they play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, One Shining Moment.
One Shining Moment. They'll be on,
They'll
be on One Shining Moment.
Yeah, for sure. But what are your – I mean – so your overconfidence, is that just completely overlooking, or not overconfidence, but your belief is that just completely overlooking the Texas defense?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, or it's
I
more,
feel like you said
it's
this
more
team is
they can outscore.
Yeah.
It is I believe them in a game where no one can get stops.
Yeah,
it's
that's fair.
It's that kind of thing where it's, Mark taking a contested long 2 with
which he makes
5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Which he made.
I to me, that is good offense.
Make it half court at the end of the first half against BYU.
It's that to me. I guess I believe that you can depend on that a little bit more than you probably actually can. But that is that is the case to me. Is that especially a guy like Swain, who was good, not great against BYU, was actually bad against NC State.
Yes.
Where it's okay, how many of these games are we getting from Swain until he does have the all second team SEC?
I don't know if you know this, Sean, but he led the team in 5 categories.
He did leave the
I think the broadcast mentioned that every time out.
Yes.
Yeah.
If only there's a wide receiver he was roommates with that we could really drive home to the audience.
Yeah,
as well.
for sure. But yeah, I'm guessing you're picking the Gonzaga side of this hater cam.
Yeah, he just let us talk for 10
minutes.
Are you
he
kidding
let
me?
us, get us.
I mean, as much as y'all are talking about the lack of defense for UT and Gonzaga scoring
terrible.
88 a game.
Yeah, they're terrible.
And,
I just can't get out of my head that Gonzaga lost by 40 not that long ago.
And Cam, look this up.
Okay.
I think Gonzaga has made 20 straight Sweet 16s.
I don't know if it's 20 straight, but it's a lot.
Ridiculous amount.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And so I am going against history. But
you know what this kind of feels like, Sean?
Mike Tomlin on Monday nights.
That's true. And then Kansas at home on Big Monday. That happened to uncheckmate. Yeah.
So they have made 14 total. But they made 9 consecutive from 15 to 2024.
Okay. Okay. So it got broke last year?
Yeah.
It got broke last year. Hey.
They bleed like any other man.
But they have reached the NCAA tournament 26 consecutive years.
That might be it.
That's crazy.
I think I conflated those two. They make it every year, and they make the Sweet 16 every year.
It's not far off to make the Sweet 16 every year.
9 straight years.
I agree with what you said earlier, and we'll get to break here in a minute. But this does feel like a team that, new coach took some time to gel, talking about the Texas Longhorns, where there's a lot of raw talent. Well, not raw with Tramon Mark. They just put graduate. They don't even put senior anymore.
I knew that name sounded familiar, and I
played
was
for
like,
UH,
did he play for U of H? And then Arkansas?
4 years ago.
Isn't he
Yes.
on like his seventh
Yes.
season in the college basketball or six?
I think he was on the 2021 Final Four
Because
team,
U
was
of
he not?
U of H
No.
3 years.
Oh, maybe it was.
I think he was.
Yeah, maybe it was. But
Anyway.
he is the same age as Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
That's
who is in his
hilarious.
It's so funny that
sixth NBA
when they list
season.
when they list the starting lineup on TV, they don't even put senior; they just put graduate.
Graduate.
They just put
Dr. Tremont Mark.
But I think they have the overall raw talent to beat a Gonzaga. It's just the defense and the things we talked about. But this kind of feels like, and we've seen this happen before with the first 4 teams. They get hot.
Yeah.
They stay hot. I could see Texas riding that through a win against Gonzaga, and then they have to take the time off. They have to travel. They cool down, and then the bad Texas comes back in the Sweet 16.
I'm not looking ahead, but who do they play if they win?
I could find that. I could find that for you.
Again, Brian, I'm not looking
They
ahead.
play the winner of High Point and Arkansas.
Are you kidding me?
Arkansas could put up 100 on them.
Uh-oh.
Tremont Mark revenge game, though?
Tremont Mark revenge game. All right, we'll go to break on Tremont Mark revenge game. We got to talk about the Rockets. Their win over the Hawks last night. Did it bring any confidence back to us after those back-to-back bludgeonings from the Lakers? We'll get to that and more. ESPN Radio 97.5, the Bullpen live from Tom's Watch Bar downtown. Be right back.
You're listening to The Bullpen,
on ESPN 97.5 and 97.9 HD2.
broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at Tom's Watch Bar. Here's Brian McDonald and Sean Mapes.
Live at Tom's Watch Bar is the big voice guy set here until 2 o'clock. Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, and where he got it wrong, Cam Smith is here too. Out here at Tom's Watch Bar again until 2 o'clock. Walking distance to Toyota Center. Remember, you can park if you're coming out here. You can park 2 blocks away. We all parked there, took advantage of it because they will validate just 2 blocks away, and you can park for free at Green Street and then walk over to Tom's Watch Bar, and that's also walking distance to Toyota Center. So make sure you take advantage of that. Come out in here and watch some March Madness as well. We're on. They've got 60 plus TVs for all your March Madness viewing pleasure. So. Rockets playing again tonight at Toyota Center. Make sure you stop by Tom's Watch Bar first. But let's talk about the Rockets game last night. Got back on the winning track, 117-95 over the Hawks. Kind of a get-right game, it turned out to be. Kind of an outlier game, it felt like. I don't know how much confidence we could take from the win because, 4 guys hit 3 or more threes, which is not something I expected from this team. Hell, Tari Eason hit a 3, and I believe I have the numbers here. He is now 2 for 31 in the month of March from 3.
I was going to say, that is his first made 3 since March, 4th, 5th.
Yeah, Craig Ackerman popped pretty big when Tari hit his 3.
Got to, man.
Yeah.
It's
2 for 31 in March for Tari Eason. It feels like every time he misses a 3, $1 million gets taken off of his next contract as he gets closer and closer to free agency. And I kind of get a feeling at this point of the Rockets not matching, but we'll see. That's a conversation for another day. I can hear that argument if you think they have no chance, which I kind of share that opinion, of winning a title or even getting to the Western Conference Finals. But I get with a veteran team why they wouldn't trade pieces off and completely wave the white flag. I think that's defensible from Rafael Stone.
I kind of think he played himself into being affordable for the Rockets to bring back.
Maybe,
maybe. I
kind of
think it's that.
That is a good point.
I kind of think that happened, but I think get right game. It's a real they needed this kind of game. They needed, and it felt like I don't know. It kind of felt like the players were also like, we needed this. This feels good. Kind of like exhale kind of
4
moment.
guys with 3 or more threes.
Obviously like
not
the
something we've seen much this year.
The confidence gets going. The Rockets now 9-2 when Reed Shepherd starts this season. And
I believe this is the first time, though, he started without an injury, putting him in the lineup, though, right?
This is the first.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's that. I think that's that's a noteworthy.
Technically, Fred VanVleet. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. But I think that's noteworthy that Ime is willing to make that adjustment.
All it took was for Tari Eason to be one of
231. Before last night.
Before last night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what.
I think it was 1 of 28. I think because he's 1 of 3 last night.
So that's interesting. Obviously, that's just something you gotta, whatever, keep an eye on an hour and a half before tip-off. Just see what Vanessa Richardson tweets out the starting lineup is. But
I know what Bordeaux is rooting for. He's kind of been, I think, the head Reed Shepherd stan on Rockets Twitter. But
it feels like it's an army of many. There's a lot of generals in that army.
For sure. He's not the only one, and I mostly think that conversation, not to nitpick or go.
Here we go.
I'm just I think it's kind of overrated. Like, if Reed Shepherd gets 32 minutes a night, do we care if it starts from the tip-off or if he comes off the bench 4 minutes into the game?
That's a good point. I would just say they don't play well enough to start games to where
it
doesn't matter.
And maybe that's why you made the change with how the Lakers games went.
Because I do generally view it as the same way you do, where it's like the closing lineup matters most. Ask Manu Ginobili, but the
locking James Harden in the playoffs.
Yes. What was I? Oh, about you being nitpicking things. Can we call it mick-picking?
New York nick-picking.
No,
yes.
Can we call it mick-picking when you do it?
Sure.
Or is that
whatever helps you get there?
Or is that anti-Irish set?
It's okay. I'm Scottish, so you can.
Okay.
You'd really be going against you and Cam if you start making fun of the Irish.
Yeah. Hey,
you guys have more Irish lineage than I do.
So then when we start nitpicking, can we call it?
I can't tell you what you can say there.
Irish Cam.
Yeah, Irish.
Thank you.
Irish Cam, what did you think of last night's game with the Rockets?
Oh,
and
yeah,
Hawks?
Irish Cam. You got any thoughts on the Rockets?
In honor of
and
St.
Hawks?
St. Patrick's Day, which
How
was
do we not
a week
lead
ago.
with Irish Cam that close to St. Patrick's Day?
I'm not going to lie, St. Patrick's Day got me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
Irish
Did it get
Cam?
Irish Cam?
Yeah, can Irish Cam tell us about
Irish
his?
Cam drank a lot of car bombs. But technically, we're not supposed to say Irish car bombs.
More car,
Do
more
we
car
have a new
bombs
name
than
for
nights?
It's like you can say like car bomb, or it's like a Dublin drop, or like an Irish slammer.
Was the IRA not want you to mention car bombs?
Yeah, because it is like, you know,
Yeah.
pretty
You had more.
tough.
You had more car
Like,
bombs
if
than
you-
1919.
A lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
If you go to like
I
a
watch
regular
Peaky
bar,
Blinders. I know.
If you go to a regular bar, you can order an Irish car bomb. But if you go to like an Irish bar, like I was going to like
I gotcha.
They're
Griff's
a
and
little
all
more
these
PC
places,
with the name.
If they know what's up, they'll be like,
soon.
they'll be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I lost an uncle to a car bomb.
Oh,
No, that's what the bartender
I
would
was
say.
like,
I don't know if you're breaking news to us. Wow.
you said it so morbidly. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
My-
man.
I feel like Lexi should put that in the social media.
That's the clip.
That's the clip. Yeah. Sean lost an uncle to a car bomb.
My Irish.
We need to pivot back onto the Rockets really quickly. All right.
Tracy McGrady, Irish legend.
Also, yeah, okay, all right. Natural transition back to the Rockets. So, with the win last night, they're 2.5 back of the LA Lakers in a three-way tie, but up by percentage points because they played two less games with the Nuggets and with Denver for the 4, 5, and 6 seeds, and 2.5 up on Phoenix. I kind of feel like, Cam, that the Rockets are definitely stuck in the 4, 5, 6 window. I don't see them. I know there's enough time to chase down the 2.5 from the Lakers, and there's enough time for them to lose the 2.5 to the Phoenix. But I kind of think we're looking at the Rockets avoiding the play-in, but having to go on the road for the first round. How do you see the rest of the season playing out for them in the standings?
And to be honest, I don't know.
It is tight.
I mean,
Yeah,
to
they're
be-
literally tied with two other
Yeah.
teams for 4,
to
5,
be honest,
and 6.
how inconsistently they've played the last month, I wouldn't even be surprised if they drop down to like 6. Because Minnesota's right there too.
Well, that's the window I'm
Like,
talking
yeah.
about, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, I think 4 or 5. I'm confident saying they'll stay at 4 or 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 6.
Yeah, what helps with the 6 seed is that Anthony Edwards is going to miss time, and I believe
Should help you stay above
it's-
that spot, yeah.
it's kind of right now kind of coin flippy whether he will be back in time for when the Rockets play the Timberwolves. Obviously, that will be a huge game. I think
Sure.
that's next week where that happens. Yeah, it's on Wednesday. The Rockets go to Minnesota. Obviously, you'd prefer Anthony Edwards to take his time with that injury,
Right.
not rush back. Maybe shoot for next weekend, but that'll be a huge one to kind of keep them out. I do kind of think they have enough in them to avoid the 7th seed, like the
I do too.
disaster potential. But with how they've been playing,
Yeah.
like you can't really like it's
Well,
to me it's far more likely that they're the 7th seed than the 3 seed. Like that, it's more likely that they lose 2.5 to the Suns than
Yeah.
they gain 2.5 on the Lakers.
I would concede that. I guess I just look at their upcoming schedule because I think this talk
it helps a lot.
Yeah, I think this talk of where would they be is not so much their form; it's just the schedule because we know that against
Yeah.
tougher competition, we've seen what happens to
Yeah,
them
but,
recently.
I
But like
mean-
their upcoming schedule, they have the Heat at home tonight. Then they go on a 4-game road trip, but 3 of those 4 against sub 500 teams. Then they come home to finish the month against the Knicks. So we're talking about mostly either home games or road games, but against sub 500 teams.
It's just that I have zero confidence in any game that they play with a team or against a team with a pulse.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
where it's like
Yeah.
every game is.
Well, that's
a
why
coin-
the sub 500 thing matters.
Every game
Yeah.
is like at worst a coin flip,
Yeah.
or at best a coin flip. Where it's like even a game like last night, like I mean, when's the last time they did that to a team that's in playoff contention? Like they.
Yeah,
when's the last
that's
time
the-
they beat a team by 10
Well, that's the thing.
in the
like,
playoffs?
I mean, we talk about it being, a get right game. I think all 5 starters scored 14 or more. 4 players hit 3 or more threes. Like it was definitely a get right game. But there's been some games recently. Obviously, the Pelicans game was the most recent of those, where it's like, okay, this should be the get right game, and then they win by like 5.
Pelicans, a team that's not actually tanking. They are just bad the old-fashioned way.
Right.
But because they don't control their own pick. So they're not going to be as aggressive of a tank job. Like, they're not as, like, you should really win this game because they don't even want to win this game. Like, as the Bulls, as some of these other teams that they're going to play, the Grizzlies that they play, where it's like, oh, these guys are like, if they win, like, they're mad about it. where if it's not in that situation, like the Rockets, I just don't have that much confidence that, like, when I turn on my TV at 7 o'clock, that they'll win that game.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of times where it feels like the Rockets are like should win, should dominate, and it didn't happen until last night. I want to dig into a little bit more with the Rockets, the potential for their playoff matchups, and then I want to talk about Şengün a little bit. We'll carry that over to the next hour. Hour number 2, live from Tom's Watch Bar, where they have 60-plus TVs for all your March Madness viewing pleasure in their walking distance to Toyota Center with free parking at Green Street. So make sure you get over here, watch the games today, and then walk over and catch the Rockets tonight playing the Heat. That and more when ESPN Radio 97.5 returns to Bullpen live from Tom's Watch Bar. Live back at Tom's Watch Bar, the start of hour number 2 out here watching some March Madness. Make sure you come by and not only check that out, but if you're coming to the Rockets game tonight, taking on the Heat at Toyota Center, this place is within walking distance from Toyota Center. You can park free at Green Street, walk over to Tom's. It's just 2 blocks away from that free parking, and then walk over to the Rockets game. Oh, in the meantime, you can watch lots of great March Madness action, even though Michigan not making the end of this game against St. Louis all that competitive right now. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for Milt Chamberlain. Yeah.
Good for my bracket, bad for entertainment for the next 6 minutes of game time.
Yeah,
Did you,
the final 6 minutes not all that competitive.
Do you think Milt Chamberlain is going to go to the NBA?
I
think he should learn a foreign language.
I think it's
okay. There it is.
I think it's more likely he's playing in like the Adriatic League or something like
the
that.
Adriatic League. Wow,
it's like Croatia.
Shout out to the Mediterranean.
Yeah,
lots of good food and drink. Sean, pick up your two-hander there for the camera. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that 40-ounce bad boy. That's what Sean's
40
drinking.
Right
I've got a whiskey and lemonade. Cam, you haven't got anything alcoholic yet. You all
Well,
right?
he's going to the gym after this.
Oh, he's going. Oh, you're working the Aggies game tonight too.
Yeah,
so
and then the Aggies.
You got to keep a clear head.
Honestly, spring break, my 2 spring breaks took the life out of my liver.
Oh, okay.
So
I forgot that you also get spring break.
Wait, why'd you get 2 spring breaks?
because school job, our spring break was 2 weeks ago, and then the school that I go to, our spring break was last week.
Okay,
so
okay.
yeah,
Wow.
I went.
So you've been partying.
He
I
double
splurged,
stacked them.
I splurged a
Oh,
little too much.
Real quick,
You're
what do you-
drying out right now.
What do you think of Houston as a spring break destination?
Apparently, we're top 5.
We were 2.
Two? Was
2.2
that the
million
list?
people came
So, like,
down.
That feels unbelievable. That according to the projections I've seen, that means more people came here for spring break than are projected to come here for the World Cup.
Wow.
More
So like
people-
a million people came?
more people came here than I think. Like that's why, like in one of the days that I was going out, I was one of my Lyft drivers was talking to me because I was asking him like, how busy
Yeah.
have you been? He was like, dude, I've never made so much money in Houston before. He was like, but
When did this start? Like, I never knew
This
Houston.
year.
This year has been like big. Raheel was talking about where it's been like a concerted effort for
Has it
like
really?
a couple years to like.
And we're
get
talking
people
about
to
Houston
come here.
proper, not Galveston, right?
Yes,
No.
Houston, like Harris County.
Oh, that's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
people said it's basically like the new Miami, Atlanta because people are figuring out that there's actually things to do here and it's way cheaper.
I love my city. I just never thought about us as a spring break city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is we
I think
get so
beaches,
much
right?
hate.
Yeah,
so
I-
many
I
people
think- I
hate
think-
on us.
I think that's what it is. Brian and I are thinking like beaches, so we're thinking like, you know, if you're going to go, even like in Texas, you're thinking South Padre, you're thinking even Corpus before you're thinking anywhere like Houston or Galveston.
I grew up in an era where, spring break.
Tell us about how you grew up, Ryan.
I grew up in an era where
No
spring break meant.
smartphones. Yeah, I know.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Can I finish here? John, I am being assaulted. I need someone to come to my defense. I'm being unfairly persecuted, and I'm not even going to make an old man take. What I was going to say is I grew up remembering watching, like, MTV, like, spring break on MTV was a huge thing, right?
Oh my god!
And all
When they
the-
played music videos, yeah.
Where were they every single time? They're on a bleeping beach every single time, and I just, in my head, I can't get. I was like, well, we have Galveston. No one's going to want to put their TV set and crew out on Galveston, right? So Jeremy like brought it up on the show. I think it was on Monday that this trend was happening with us in Houston in spring break, and it caught me so off guard. Like it was so hard for me to comprehend.
It was chaotic. I mean, like living in Midtown.
It said over 2 million people came here.
2.2 million people.
That's insane.
But like living in Midtown sometimes is like busy, but it got to the point where like I would be walking around and there would be lines wrapped outside and around the block to get into like the most basic bar. But it's just like when you're coming into town, you don't.
That's crazy.
You just go to certain spots, and now the rodeo with the dress code.
I think that also is probably something that plays a part where people want to come for the rodeo.
Oh.
So like spring break, rodeo, all kind of converge together. We can talk about the Rockets again now.
Yeah. So Albie Shingun. Is he the Galveston of? Is he the Galveston spring break
beaches?
of NBA All Star? Is that a good transition? I don't know if that's a good transition.
I would like for you to expound on that.
No, I don't think I should. I don't want Turkey to be all up in my missions. I don't need that in my life. But Shingun was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double last night. But it feels like, and maybe it's just because I'm looking for it because he frustrates me, but it feels like there's always the but with Alpie. And sometimes it's him complaining at the referees. Sometimes that he decides to take 3 3-pointers and brick all of them. Last night, and this has been a trend in the games he's played in March. Obviously, he's missed a few with the back injury. But 6 turnovers last night. So, cool, 10 assists, but 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
He was
And-
a rebound and 4 turnovers away from a quadruple.
Yeah,
double.
pretty much. He's played 8 games in March. He's averaging 4.6 turnovers per game, and 5 out of those 8 games in March, he's had 5 or more turnovers. They can get away with it, obviously, against the Hawks, and to a degree they got away with it against the Pelicans. But obviously, you're going to see it against come up bigger in the games with like the Heat are over 500. They're not a bad team. Obviously, you're going to see it in the playoffs. What is your worry level, Sean, with I guess turnovers as a whole, because it's not just Shingun that struggles with
Isn't it Kevin Durant's like worst month when it comes to turnovers?
He had 0
too?
turnovers last night, though. So I guess that's why I'm focusing on Alpie. The Hawks did try to double team him a little bit, but he was able to pass out of it, get the ball to Alpie, get the ball to others. But I guess turnovers in general in the play from Malpe. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's something where, like, the specific way you asked it, like, I'm not worried about it because I've just come to accept it. You know, it is just like.
So if I rephrase it, like, how limiting is it?
Very limiting,
okay,
Brian.
there we go.
Very limiting. It makes it, part of what I was saying last segment where, against any team with a pulse, like, I don't feel like they can blow them out or really separate from them. It's because you're starting every game with 15 turnovers, so
Feels
not to mention how many of those are live ball. I mean, like, Kevin Durant's one of the worst at, like, the live ball turnover where it's like, dude, you might as well just throw it at their basket. Like, the way
just turn around and shoot.
Like it is like just immediately points for the other team. So, yeah, that's something where whatever you think the ceiling is for this team, I kind of think that's like maybe win a first-round matchup. It's like gut out a first-round matchup against, a Denver who's kind of been hot and cold this season, a Minnesota who, the second half really hasn't put it all together for a extended amount of time. It's like, yeah, if you catch one of them, you can maybe beat them, but against one of these teams that's like really firing on all cylinders, or like the Thunder or the Spurs who like really have separated themselves from the rest of the West, like that's just not going to work against those guys. So to me, turnovers as like a team-wide effort is like the original sin for this team, like how the offensive line is for the Texans the last couple of years.
So the way it's trending, Cam, because like from what we talked about last segment, like it feels like we kind of agreed that because of the injury to Anthony Edwards, they'll probably be able to stay in that 4-5 window, which means they're going to play the Lakers or the Nuggets. So that being the case, Cam, what do you feel like this Rockets team's ceiling is when a likely 4-5 matchup against either the Nuggets or the Lakers?
I'm sorry, but I think it's a first-round exit. I mean,
against either team,
especially with the Lakers playing how they're playing now, and Luka is probably going to win the MVP, and then obviously Denver's Denver. I mean,
they crushed the Rockets 2 weeks ago.
I can't see them getting out of the first round. Like especially if it's against the Lakers in Denver, I just don't see it.
That's kind of where I am at, Sean. Like, there are a few teams in the West, like if you somehow got the Suns or you somehow got the Timberwolves, but the way it's trending, it feels like that's pretty unlikely at this point. So I'm with Cam. It looks like Lakers and Nuggets, and I would pick them to lose in 6 to either.
Yeah, you kind of have to hope for like some sort of Nuggets swoon and the T-Wolves to keep their head above water, so you get Minnesota in the 4-5, and it's like that way you can squint your eyes and see it. But yeah, all these series, like, if you think that they can win, you probably don't think they're favored to win.
That's fair.
It's a lot of like 60-40 matchups, or I guess like the Doctor Strange seeing all the simulations, like
one.
Yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of like it's like kind of a coin flip, a little bit worse for the Rockets, and these where it wouldn't be shocking to me if they win 4 out of 7 against any one of these teams, especially like in a playoff series. Like you can kind of piece it together where it's like, well, you just get the like awesome Kevin Durant game, you get an awesome either Şengün or Shepherd game. Like you can okay, I can kind of see how you get to 4 wins, but I mean, again, nothing they've done since the middle of January has led you to believe that they can like separate themselves against a good team in any way, in a game or in a series at all.
So, in the few minutes we have left here in this segment, I'm curious what you'll think of this take, because obviously the offensive struggles highlighted by those back-to-back games against the Lakers are well documented. There's been a lot of questions. I heard you and Joe talk about this on Rocket Power, which you can hear Fridays at 6 o'clock here on ESPN 97.5.
It's also on YouTube.
Also on YouTube. Yeah, that releases.
If you want to hear Friday's show, it's on YouTube.
It releases earlier on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. I don't think Dale likes it releasing during his show.
Friday at 12:01.
There we go. Yeah. Sorry, Rich Eisen. But I heard you and Joe talking about kind of the blame game of where the offense.
I was listening to that too.
We did blame power rankings.
So I think there's a lot of blame to go around, but it's not. Look, I'm not saying this is going to fix everything and turn them into a team that can make a run to the Western Conference Finals. But one thing I'd like to see that I think's been trending well, that maybe I'd like to see the Rockets just find a way to feature more, is Jabari Smith's offensive game. Like, he's had a nice little run. Like, we've known he obviously can play defense. He can hit the three. Yeah. But I've been impressed recently with his ability not that he's ever going to take guys off the dribble from the top of the key or anything, but I've been impressed with his ability to, come off some sort of action or be able to just kind of pull up and hit that 15 to 10-foot, jump shot. Like the last 3 games, 7 of 14, 7 of 15, 9 of 17, and really been impressive with his mid-range game. I think if the Rockets can find a way to feature Jabari more in that sort of distance, I think that could unlock a little bit more, maybe not more explosive offense, but a more efficient offense.
Yeah, it is it's like a team that can run the ball for 4 yards.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
It's like that. That's kind of what they need. Is like hey, this is a good look. this is what they need, because so much of what they have is either so hard to get to, or it's just not a good look. But it's Kevin Durant making a shot over someone, which is something he's done for 20 years.
20 years.
So I agree with you that there's probably is a little bit more, under the surface there.
A little more juice.
Yeah, you can squeeze a little bit more out of Jabari Smith, but that goes back to what we talked about on Rocket Power with the Blame Olympics of like
I like that name. I like that.
Olympics.
That's good.
How do we like divvy up? Like, it seems like, at least for me, because this is spoiler alert, I had Ime Udoka on the gold medal stand for like blame for this year's team. I had injuries number 2 of like just this is not what the plan was.
Right.
I think that there needs to be some sort of focus on offense of like movement, player ball movement, and like creativity with how do we activate Reed Shepherd? How do we activate the best looks for our best offensive players? Not just hunting mismatches with Alperen Şengün backing guys down from the three-point line and Kevin Durant bailing us out of a stagnant possession. It is like, how do you maximize what Reed Shepherd, what Jabari Smith, and what Amin Thompson can do? Because you look at the team that they started last night, the 5 that they started, it's like there is a decent NBA offense at minimum
it's there.
in there. It's just how do you get that out? Like, you just need more, I guess, like more outside-the-box coaching.
So you're saying
to get
Ime
that.
is kind of the equivalent of the Texans' offensive coordinators in the D'Amico Ryans era?
I don't want to put that on him, but yeah, it's,
Offensively.
he's more
Offensively.
He's more of like and D'Amico isn't guilty of this, but think of like the more classic version of defensive coordinator becomes head coach.
It just wants to run the ball 40 times.
Yeah, he's like a little Will Muschampy.
Yeah,
he's like a little
right.
bit of Will Muschamp
I can see that.
in the NBA, where it's like he kind of just is like.
How's he feel about dry erase boards?
I don't think he likes them.
Okay,
I,
all right.
I would be shocked if he hasn't smacked a dry erase board
Ime?
while saying, just do your job.
Ime?
This
Ime
is-
Udoka.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen him in a timeout.
No, there's a video of Will Muschamp just smacking the crap out of a dry erase board.
Right in front of Emmanuel Acho, too.
Yeah.
A little cameo. For,
Little cameo there.
Yeah, but I think to me that's like I just would be interested in what this Rockets team looks like with a like offensive-minded head coach as opposed to
Same.
a defensive-minded head coach.
Same. Yeah, I think the frustration, and it was certainly magnified times 1,000 because of that, especially the first Lakers game with all the double teams that Kevin Durant. I mean, hell, the dude had an 8-second violation and dribbled into a backcourt violation.
Man.
No pressure, too.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So I think it's definitely highlighted by that. But I just was taken aback by how many times the Rockets would get the ball when they did get past half court and didn't go back court. When they would start the possession with,
Yes.
with 10 seconds of Durant
Yes.
just standing there.
Yes.
Or if Durant was out, of 10 seconds of Reed standing there.
Yes.
And no one's moving.
Yes.
So, yeah, I at least, give me some movement, and then maybe that does lead to the Jabari stuff I was talking about.
Yes, and that's how you act. That's how you activate Jabari Smith in like a duck in, post up,
Right.
against a smaller guy, or something where he can rise and fire, take one dribble and score. Same thing with Amin Thompson, activating him as a cutter, especially with a post passer like Şengün. It's like that's something there. Like that, there's been a lot of NBA offenses that are built off of a big man that can pass and a wing that can cut and then rise and finish. Like
so what
right.
you're saying
There's
is
something
we need to
there.
bring back Mike D'Antoni?
maybe not Mike D'Antoni, but at least somebody.
An offensive coordinator?
Yeah, offensive guru.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Is he interested? Can we
He
hire
does-
Mike D'Antoni as an offensive
They
coordinator?
do need an offensive coordinator.
They do. All right. We got to get out for this segment. Michigan has gone final. They advance over St. Louis Billikens. So no more Milk Chamberlain in their lives for this March, unfortunately. But
Biscuits.
March Madness rolls on, and there's 60-plus TVs here at Tom's Watch Bar for you to catch all the action. When we get back, we got to talk about the Astros because regular season starts next week, fellas. Hunter Brown will be on the mound against the Angels in the not-so-distant future. So let's talk about the Astros when we get back here in the bullpen. ESPN Radio 97.5 and 97.9 HD2.
It's the Bullpen,
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
broadcasting live from the mobile Huntington Bank Studios, located at Tom's Watch Bar. Here's Brian McDonald and Sean Mapes.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen. Just a couple segments left in the show today. We're out here live at Tom's Watch Bar until 2 o'clock, so perfect place if you're coming out to watch the Rockets take on the Heat tonight at the Toyota Center. Stop by before the game. You can park for free at Green Street. Just a 2-block walk over here to Tom's Watch Bar where you can watch all your March Madness on their more than 60 TVs. Not a bad view in the house. And then walk over because it's walking distance to Toyota Center to the Rockets game. So Astros started the regular season less than a week away, fellas. It won't be long before Hunter Brown's pitching against the Angels to start off the season. He's looked good. I think that's obviously there's no reason to even mention Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown, what does he look like in spring?
Check. Moving on to Team USA could have used them in the final. I could say that
Better
against
than
Venezuela.
Nolan McLean.
Yeah, that was. Oh, they only gave up 3 runs, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's actually more of the offense.
Yeah, they didn't lose because
That
of the
is
pitching,
true.
but
and even against Dominican, it was 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1. They didn't lose because of the pitching. That bullpen in particular was really good. But
did Hunter Brown get pulled from spring training start? I saw some.
Jordan and Altuve got pulled in the game a few days ago because apparently the field conditions were bad.
Maybe I'm.
And then Hunter pitched yesterday, but I didn't see any news about him getting pulled.
I thought he got pulled short or something.
No, actually, you're jogging my memory now because I was reading through Ryan McTaggart's timeline. He thought Hunter Brown was going to be done. I guess it would have been after 4, maybe it was 5, but then Spada sent him out for another inning. So I certainly don't think anything.
Maybe that's
wrong
what it
with
was,
him.
where he got pulled but didn't, or like it was like something like that.
So I guess the most noteworthy news at the top, as it involves the pitching, is that Joe Spada did announce that it'll be a 5-man rotation to start the season.
Oh.
We would obviously Hunter Brown's at the top. You would assume Burrows and Imai are after that.
Yep.
And then I think pretty obviously your 4-5 would have to be Lance McCullers and Christian Javier, and probably Lance McCullers last. But that does mean it seems like a delay in the season for Spencer Arrighetti, which is expected because he was a little behind in spring and did leave at one point I think he had twins, but it was the birth of his children. Twins. Got a simulated game in, but he won't be ready to start the season. I guess your overall confidence after Hunter Brown in the because there's no point. There's no point. We can't even. No, it's not even worth it. He's elite. He's going to be top 3 in Cy Young again.
Yeah, in the starting rotation. I'm
feeling pretty optimistic about Burrows, man. His numbers are good.
Burrows really hasn't given you a reason to not believe. Never mind.
12 innings pitched this spring, no earned runs.
Yeah, and
I'll take
also building in like the Astros pixie dust that they sprinkle on starting pitchers.
Everybody, Kikuchi. Wade Miley.
Another guy they got from the Pirates, Garrett Cole.
Charlie Morton.
Yeah, Charlie Morton.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a Pirate?
He was a Pirate also, yeah.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of A, what the hell are the Pirates doing? B,
Pirates are a minor league organization, yeah.
How good would Skeens be on the Astros? C, I'm believing that
trade everybody.
I'm believing that Burrows can be a number 2 starter. I'm not gonna actually put Garrett Cole expectations on him.
Smart.
It just adds to the resume of why I believe he can be a really good starting pitcher in MLB. Imai is the one where I cannot wait for Imai's first start, and really his first start, and then whatever happens, I'll be like, we'll do it again. Or get him next time.
I'm interested to see how he starts the season.
His first 5 starts. I can't wait for Imai.
I think he's only thrown 8 innings this spring. It's been
6 innings.
It's 6 innings. Yeah, it's very limited work so far.
And there's a lot of belief that the Astros, because they start with a loaded schedule, or
not the first.
Not loaded.
Angels is
soft
touch.
I meant loaded as they play 25
games
in 26 days or something.
Front loaded.
Yeah, they don't have any off days to start the season.
Yeah, I think they have one Thursday off in the first month.
And I thought that mixed with Imai would be why they go to 6-man, because in the MVP they do 6-man rotations, or they get 5 days rest before they start every game. So the compressed MLB schedule for Imai, I was wondering if they would make it a little bit easier on him, especially because that's how you start the season. He doesn't get to ramp into it. That's why the 5-man rotation is a little bit surprising for me coming out of camp.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just a technicality because of where Arrighetti's at. If Arrighetti was completely ramped up,
but
then maybe they just go 6-man from the bat. I don't know.
I don't have the spring stats in front of me, and spring stats.
They are overrated.
Yeah, but if Arrighetti's not ready, what's the difference between him and Blue Ball, really?
Blue Ball, I believe, and I'll pull it up here. I'll have it in just a second. I don't believe he's had a good spring.
Okay, maybe I just answered my question, or that answered my question.
AJ,
there.
Yeah, Blue Ball. I take that. Yeah, I take that back. Blue Ball's thrown. Let's see here. 8 2/3, and his ERA is 104. I must have been confusing him with someone else.
Yeah, no. To me, I don't know. Then if Arrighetti's behind or whatever,
why can't it be Blue Ball for 4 innings?
It's not that big of a difference for the first month of the season.
France had a good.
Well, France was already informed by the team that he wasn't going to make the team.
Maybe it's a 5-man starting rotation, and then every now and then there's going to be a random spot start.
Yeah, that could be it. I'm just interested in how that plays out, because the starting rotation to me, It's not the thing I have the most questions about. That's the outfield. It's what I have the most questions about that I think could possibly have a good answer.
Yeah, like
I'm
between,
most hopeful but uncertain about.
between Burrows and Imai, and then we know it's in there for Javier because he's done it before.
Yeah,
like
Javier is another guy.
There's
I can't wait
enough,
to watch.
and he's had a good spring, Javier. Even though like it's more like
Velo.
the numbers look great, but the
Yeah.
under the hood doesn't
Yeah.
look great with
Yeah.
Javier. But there's enough there with track record or recent success. Like it could turn out to be a positive answer.
Absolutely.
I think though, my concern with the 6-man rotation, and I get why they would do it. It's what you mentioned, Sean, that like that heavy schedule, but because of Hader not being available, like I'm curious, like if you can afford to take away a bullpen arm from your 13 pitchers on the roster.
That's a good point.
Because your bullpen. You know what I mean? Like if you're taking away a bullpen arm when you're already down 3 guys because Hader's going to start the season IL. Sosa's going to start the season IL, and De Los Santos only pitched in his first game yesterday. So
2 of those are lefties too.
Right. So he's not going to be ready to start the season, I would assume. Also, having only pitched in 1 game so far, so I would worry about taking away.
Too many bullpen arms.
A bullpen arm for a 6th pitcher
No,
while the
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The other part of that is if they do go to a 6-man rotation, I hope they go to a hybrid because there's no way I'm giving whoever. Listen, obviously, no 6 guys aren't going to make all their starts all season long. But in a hypothetical world where that's the case, or even just the 6th spot in the rotation, regardless of who it is, there's no world where I want Hunter Brown to get the same amount of starts as random 6th person in the rotation.
That's a good point.
When he gets up to his 5th day, we're skipping, right?
Yeah.
we're sorry, 6th guy. You'll come back around the next time.
Yeah. No, and maybe
That's got to be something Joe Spada pays attention to.
Maybe you could stagger it to where like you get Imai the extra day, but not Brown.
Right.
But that we're getting really in the weeds with starting
Maybe
pitcher
so.
use. Yeah,
Maybe so.
I'll say that for 3 to 6. But the and inside the icebox, which will be making a triumphant return.
Is it
at some point?
You would have the inside information on that.
TBD.
Okay.
But
All right.
but expect it at some point.
What the name is my most interesting part of that.
I mean,
considering all the drama
it's
going
hotly contested.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the starting rotation to me is like why I'm gonna be very invested in the first month of the season because with the infield glut that they have, too many infielders.
Maybe
to
it works
possibly
itself
field.
out because Christian Walker can't hit a lick.
Oh yeah, maybe.
God.
Maybe you need someone to.
Have you seen his spring stats? They're in the Google Doc.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I have.
He's like
What
what
stats?
is it? 097.
He's hitting 094.
Yeah, 094. Yeah.
He has 3 hits to 9 strikeouts this spring.
Yeah, that to me is why the infield glut that
I think it works itself out.
Rosenthal and Rome have been, I guess reporting, but some of it's a little
Fear-mongering.
bit editorializing.
Yes.
I'll call it, not fear mongering.
Tomato.
I don't want Chandler mad at me. All right.
Oh, he already blocked Brandon.
I don't want to be next. The infield glut is like infield's going to be good as long as they're healthy. Like
Right.
you get. The problem is they have too many good infielders. Like that's not a problem.
And
for
their
me.
outfilders are mid,
Yeah,
other than when Jordan goes out there.
The outfield, but I don't really see. I mean, Cam Smith will be interesting, but I don't have super high expectations for Cam in year 2.
Yeah, I always have
Cam
zero.
Smith,
I
the
have
outfielder
zero.
that I have
I
nothing but
always
high
have
expectations.
0 expectations for Cam Smith.
That's the first time of the year that
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I was doing it. But yeah, I think that Cole. What's interesting
This
is
show
that
is heavily invested in Cam Smith being a good player.
Thank you, guys.
at least a third of the show is. What's also been interesting to me in spring training, as much as spring training can be interesting to me, is that Bryce Matthews is getting some run in
Kind
outfield.
of Dubonish.
Yeah.
He's playing some second, obviously.
You could-
Playing some. I think he's played some third.
You could talk me into
the outfield?
as Cole Matthews left field platoon
when Jordan's not.
when Jordan's DHing. Like
Basically, the road games.
yeah, it's like okay, I can kind of see that. I can get down with that. Like that's at least something interesting to me, and we'll see. I mean, I haven't I haven't seen Bryce Matthews ever stand in left field before, so I'm assuming he can do it. I saw Jose Altuve do it pretty well.
Well, we see
last
how
season.
easy it is for the Astros to play players at odd
Yeah,
positions.
right. He's not the first Astro second baseman to move to left field in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
He-
Hey, at
he
least,
can do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. At least he didn't have to go up Taos Hill like another second baseman who got moved
True.
out to center field.
True.
All right, we got to get out because on the other side of the break, it is a time, gentlemen. It's been a few weeks. We've been off for a few weeks. I think Cam was busy one week. We had a basketball game that kicked us off another week. But it's time for Mount Rushmore Plus One when the bullpen returns. ESPN Radio 97.5 live from Tom's Watch Bar. Welcome in, Houston and Tom's Watch Bar, to the best part of your weekend. Welcome into Mount Rushmore Plus One, the game-changing, award-winning segment that's forever changed the landscape of sports radio in Houston, Texas, and worldwide. And we get Sean, myself, Cam Smith, John Belmer, Joe George, Andrew Carlson, R.J. Saunders, Josh Vans, A.J. Russ, and others.
I think Lexi by proxy.
Lexi by proxy now also into the Texas Radio Hall of Fame in far less than the 27 years that took those bums, John and Lance. I say that a little gusto because they're not here.
Yeah. You don't have to worry
kind
about Lance hearing you from
that's
down
been
the
a
hall.
problem
Yeah.
recently because Lance is like 2 doors down.
Yeah,
that's been a problem.
He's riding up
I'm having to check the bid a little bit. Like,
I'm sure I'll see him later.
Dial it down.
Yeah.
I'll
He's
see him
riding up some Central Arkansas
Yes.
safety.
I'll see him tonight.
Stop by and remind him that
Yeah.
we're going to get into the Hall of Fame.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Before he scares you while
Yeah.
while he's walking down the hall. Man, quick aside, Lance works really hard.
Lance
he
is
is there
a machine, dude.
12 hours a day, up until, if not more, up until the NFL draft.
I remember one time I walked by and I was chatting with him and he was on the phone and he was like, yeah, I'm leaving in 10 minutes. And then an hour and a half later, he was still there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, he like basically does his show, gets food, and then is there until like 9 o'clock at
Yeah.
night. Yeah,
He's
it's crazy.
An animal.
All right, time for Mount Rushmore +1. Cam, would you like to lead us off, sir?
Tight. Okay. So after my last 2 weeks of debauchery and shenanigans, I chose to do my favorite hangover foods because
okay.
I had a few of those moments.
Interesting.
Did you have all of these things you're about to say?
Actually, yes.
Wow, I was going to say
Yes.
5 different things. I was
Yeah.
like,
I did.
So
Well,
we're tracking at least 5 different hangovers.
yes, yes. Well, yes.
That was the
Nope.
main reason I asked that. To
I was
see how
thinking-
bad this.
Well,
this
I was
couple
thinking
weeks
1
was.
week, but I remembered he has 2 weeks of spring break. So
Yeah. Cam single-handedly made Houston the best spring break spot
He
in the world.
impacted the economy.
Wow. Yeah, you're welcome, Houston.
What's the first one?
Menudo.
Okay.
I mean, it just. But I don't even have. Like, that's all telling Lexi. I can eat that even if I'm not hungover. It just.
Yes, you
It
can.
smacks
Yeah.
so much better when you
It
are.
is- it is
when
like a
you are
staple of-
hungover.
There you
Of
go.
a cuisine, so
Yes.
yes, you can eat it when you're not hungover.
Next, pho.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like whenever Cam does a food list, pho shows up like on half of his food list.
If we could do a word cloud
Pho
yeah,
is definitely
pho
the
is
big
up
one
there.
in the middle.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, 90% of the food I eat is Mexican and Vietnamese.
Okay,
Like,
that makes sense.
It,
That makes sense.
yeah. Plus, like 2 of my favorite places in Midtown are Mexican and Vietnamese, so it's just like bam, right there.
I have a little bit of like the soup season with pho, where it's like pho past a certain degree point.
Oh,
I'm
of
like,
heat?
yeah, of like,
85
I'm like,
degrees, like
yeah, I'm like, I can't be eating
No,
pho.
I know a lot of people that are like, dude, it's 90 degrees. Like, I
It's
don't.
or I guess it's more like chili.
yeah,
where it's like
chili for sure.
Chili in the
for
summer
sure.
is insane. to
Yeah,
me.
but your alternative to pho could be vermicelli because it's almost the same thing, just minus the
Yeah.
the liquid.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but number 3, General Tso's chicken.
yeah.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
good
It-
call.
Orange chicken, man.
I can get.
Yeah,
down
I
with
might
some-
sub. I might
Orange
sub it
chicken
for
is like
some
great when you're
Orange
can get
chicken,
down with some orange
dude,
chicken.
slaps.
Pozole rojo.
What's that?
Yeah,
So it's
clue me
red
in.
pozole. So there's like green.
What's pozole?
It's like a Mexican soup.
Okay.
It's similar to menudo, but a little different. It's probably
Okay.
a little more healthier too. But yeah, I had that one a couple days ago actually. So yeah.
You rolling the spring break
Also,
over?
Cam has an elevated palate.
Yes,
Because when I
yes.
when I think of hungover
Taco
food,
Bell.
Taco Bell immediately. Taco Bell.
the scouting report is out on me. Yes, that
Cheesy gordita crunch.
or like egg sandwich. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh God,
yeah.
that's your wow. Hey, I mean, if whatever does the
Yeah,
trick.
hey, listen. All right, I know
don't
I'm a
judge,
I'm a
Cam.
garbage
I'm not.
can with teeth. Yeah, I
I'm-
get it.
I'm not, man. I mean, heck, the other day I made a
Discerning
tuna
palate.
sandwich.
anything they can fit in his mouth.
Yeah,
Tacos.
Tacos. Any particular type?
cheesy Doritos
Well-
Locos. Doritos Locos. actually.
Absolutely. You know, Taco Bell is coming out with the. Oh my God.
Edible sauce packets.
No, it's the
Oh,
Crunch
Yes,
Wrap.
I saw that.
It's
I
a
saw
Crunch
that.
Wrap, but it's a mini version now.
Oh yeah,
They
with
call it the Crunch Wrap
yeah,
slider.
chicken with chicken.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I wasn't on that email.
No, it's been popping up on March Madness like
Oh, really?
nonstop. Yeah, it
Oh,
actually looks pretty good.
I guess I have
I'm not a Taco Bell stand like the guy to my left, but it actually looks pretty good.
I mean, honestly, I could eat any taco. I mean, I can eat Napales, which is cacti.
I don't like
Like,
cactus.
people don't like it,
I don't
but
like
I could.
cactus,
But
yeah.
no, I would say probably Lego.
I've tried that before. I couldn't get down with that. For me, it'd be barbacoa.
It has to be done, like, super right. If it's slimy in the least
The one
bit,
I had was
it's
slimy.
disgusting.
I'd be
Yeah.
willing to try it one more time, like if you had a place you recommended, but then I'm out. Like if it's bad again, I'd be out.
No,
All right.
Beans and Napales.
My Mount Rushmore +1 actually comes from a conversation that Sean and Dell had on their show. I guess it's been about a week and a half since you had this conversation,
Okay.
Sean. You were talking
Let's see
about.
if I remember it.
Oh, you'll remember it. I think because it was a little bit off the rails. It was the conversation about Zion being told not to have food under his bed.
What?
Okay.
You generally no,
Not really.
no memory.
I remember
Okay.
the story. I remember the story.
Okay, you don't remember you and Dell
I
talking
don't remember
about
the
it.
conversation that we had.
I've had to hold on to this list now for a little
Okay.
bit because we had the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks
No,
off.
that's fine.
So
I have terrible memory, so that's
I,
fine.
as a 42-year-old man, do not keep food under my bed.
Good.
But if I did, this is the Mount Rushmore +1 of foods I might store
Oh
under my
my
bed.
God.
So I feel like we have to lay some ground rules here, right?
Emphasis on ground. Yes.
Well done, Sean. Well done. Like this can't be something that has to be cold, right? It can't be something that's like dairy or something that's going to expire super quickly. So I feel like we have to have some things that are sustainable and that can last a little while.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where I went with this list. Mount Rushmore +1. If I hid food under my bed, this is what I hide under my bed.
Did.
If I did.
If I did it.
If I
Brian
did
McDonald.
it. If I did it. #1 bestseller coming this summer. Ruffles.
Ruffles?
Yeah, like some type of like rich chip. Yeah, like
Original or sour cream and onion?
I'd probably lean sour cream and onion.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'd probably lean sour cream and onion. Although I feel like the breath that I would have would be like more evidence of giving it away.
Oh, I'm sorry. The food that you're hiding under your bed might lead to bad breath.
I'm trying to get away with it, Sean. I don't want
my
evidence.
God. What
I don't
would my
want
wife think?
Well,
She doesn't know.
That's fair. That's fair. We kind of are throwing what the wife thinks out of this conversation.
It's like,
but I'm trying to get away with it. That's the whole point.
I could. The depravity of bad breath.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's getting away with it, Sean. The second one on the list. I've struggled which one from this category because I tried to go like different categories for the most part. But I landed on because I could have gone with macadamias, but I went with cashews. I wanted some sort of like salty nut. Pause. Sean's losing it.
John, clip that. Clip that.
Yeah, that was next level.
Oh, my God.
Okay, you're welcome. I did that intentionally.
Okay.
But I went.
Cashew's the best choice.
Should I just move on to the next
Maybe
one?
pre-shelled pistachios, but keep going.
No, it gotta be shelled. Yeah.
De-shelled.
Yeah, de-shelled. Okay. I thought I heard you say pre-shelled. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I meant pre-whatever.
No, I'm gonna pull a bag from under the bed and have to do a bunch of shelling. Can you, like, unshelled peanuts? Can you imagine that? No, thank you.
Spitting on the ground like a baseball player.
Yeah, Ruffles and cashews on the list so far. You're welcome for that moment. I immediately regret it just because John's going to have it as a
Legitimately
drop.
made my day.
So you're welcome. You're welcome.
I cannot have a bad day now.
This one would require some like Tupperware or something because you can't just like it doesn't come in packaging, right?
Yeah, sure doesn't.
But churros.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now there is a problem with like the churro dust, right? You eat it, you got crumbs everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
crumbs in the bed I'm generally against.
Yeah, but like kind of lean over in the bed, pick up a churro, and then put it back in the bag, and like.
That's a good one.
I just love churros.
That's
man.
a good one.
So I was trying to think of like a dessert outside of candy.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's the easiest one where I could just take a bite, put it back.
Are
was a good
you
one.
do you eat in bed?
No.
Okay. Do you eat in bed? Like
I eat on my couch
That's not what he
that's
asked.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Do you sleep on your couch?
sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Same. But yeah, I'm not a big I hate eating in bed. So
Yeah.
like the idea of the like cinnamon crunch
Right.
in my bed is like I cannot deal with that. But it's a good tasting food at least.
Yeah, I thought it was like I love ice cream, but I can't put ice cream under the bed, right?
Yeah. True.
So like I was trying to think of a dessert that I could like that would be like storable and be able to. So I thought churros.
I
was
would
the best
go-
one. And plus churros is a great dessert.
Peppermint patty Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh, I didn't think about Girl Scout cookies, but that's a great call.
There
I
you
feel
go.
like I could do an entire list of just the Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah,
Man.
probably.
The caramel
Yeah.
delights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
The
great
peanut
one.
butter patties.
I'm out.
No?
I'm not a huge if it's strictly like a peanut butter thing, I'm not huge. Like I'll
Well, it's
eat
peanut
like
butter and chocolate.
I'll eat like one or two Nutter Butters, but like that's it.
Yeah, but the peanut butter has chocolate too. It's more like a Reese's.
does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
be thinking of something different.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the one
Well, they
that's
have like a sandwich cookie that's peanut butter.
That's
but
what
then
I'm thinking of.
Oh no, this is
Yeah,
like
no.
a
The
peanut
chocolate
butter
covered.
like a
Oh.
crunchy like peanut butter covered thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get down
Chocolate
on
covered
that.
It's like
thing.
a
Yeah,
wafer
yeah, yeah.
almost. Yeah.
All right, so 2 left here. Mount Rushmore +1 of food I would hide under bed if I did like Zion, and hopefully
Allegedly.
get paid like Zion too. Reese's Pieces.
Yep.
I feel like that. It's
the cereal.
No. Like the actual like the way you like a bag of like you get at the movie theater, right? Which
Yeah.
also goes great with popcorn. Just saying.
Throw them in the popcorn bucket.
I usually like divide it because if I throw it in, then it just sinks to the bottom. So I'm usually like,
Oh, you actually mix it?
Yeah.
Like your personal bag of trail mix.
He doesn't. He mixes
Yeah,
it in
I'll,
his mouth.
I'll get like, yeah.
Oh, no.
No,
Oh, God, no.
clip.
Nobody saw that.
No, I'll take like two Reese's Pieces out,
This is
get like
off
a little
the
bit of
rails.
popcorn, and then just,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because if you dump the Reese's Pieces in, then it just like sinks to the bottom.
Do you
You
put
can't like
anything in your
distribute
popcorn?
it. No, not really.
Oh.
I'm not. No,
I
just,
like jalapenos and like Valentina. But I
Yeah.
have to bring my own Valentina because they don't have that at the movie theaters.
What is Valentina? Is that like a
It's like a hot sauce.
hot sauce?
Yeah,
Nah,
it's like
I'm
a
out
thicker,
on that.
it's like a
I'm out on
thicker
that. All right, one more.
I lost track.
One more, and it's kind of honestly like I'm trying to think of another one on the fly because it's kind of the same as the last one, but M&Ms. If you have your favorite, you could sub in your own favorite. For me, I would go with
Yeah.
either the M&M or the peanut or the peanut butter.
See, I guess I guess I do sometimes eat in bed, but it's like candy. It's not something
that's gonna get crumbs
it's not
everywhere.
Gonna crumb, like,
Yeah.
I don't do that either. I'm separate church and state.
Church and state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good
Thank
for
you. Thank.
All
That's
right.
that's why I said it, so people.
All right. So now that we
Applaud
got
me.
past me breaking Sean for a couple minutes with my Mount Rushmore plus one.
Well, you broke
why don't
Michael too, because he heard.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael
did he?
Carroll texted.
Michael Carroll texted?
Yep.
I guess I missed that. Oh, what's Michael Carroll? I'll pull it up in the break. Oh God. Michael saw it, so now it's going to show up in imaging. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Michael's listening to us, though. Shout out to Michael
That's
Carroll.
nice.
Host of Comic
Nice to know.
Cast. You can hear Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock here on ESPN 97.5. Sean, main event Mapes. Go ahead as you take a drink. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
guard
it's all
there.
right.
Go ahead and main event this bad boy.
My Mount Rushmore is in honor of Dennis Rodman making the WWE Hall of Fame. It is athletes that could go into other sports Hall of Fames. So they're an athlete known for one sport that could make another sports Hall of Fame. So reason for the season, Dennis Rodman, NWO member, obviously.
Yes.
Honestly,
Wrestle Carl Malone.
long time coming. Finally, a Hall of Famer
Finally gets the
in the
props,
WWE.
yes.
When Shams tweeted it, I thought that Dennis Rodman had died.
Too sweet,
because,
brother.
Because
Too sweet, brother.
God.
I woke up and saw a Shams tweet that started with Chicago Bulls legend Dennis Rodman. I was like, oh my God, has made the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm like, all right, cool.
What a twist.
Next, Michael Jordan making the minor league baseball Hall of Fame.
I don't know about that.
No, because
Because-
he immortalized the Birmingham Barons forever in the movie Space Jam, a
That's
movie
true.
that I have seen upwards of 50 times in my
Really?
life. Yes.
Okay.
It was like a VHS DVD kind of classic.
All right, you're 28?
Yes, 29, almost 30.
Oh, are you turning 30 next month?
In April
Oh, my
23rd.
God.
yeah.
We're going to have a funeral. We are going to have a funeral. Oh, welcome to the club,
to
brother.
hell.
welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the club, brother.
So, yeah, Michael Jordan for putting the Birmingham
Okay.
Barons in iconic movie
So
Space Jam.
you're nearly dead at 30 years old.
Sure am.
You've seen this movie 50 times?
At least.
Okay. How many of the 50 were pre-20?
Probably like 35.
Yeah, see, that's where I thought. Okay, it's still a healthy amount.
Well, because I have a brother that's 10 years younger.
Oh, okay.
So
you relived it all with
yeah,
him.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's double dipping a little bit there. Deion Sanders, obviously,
Sure.
playing in a World Series and in the MLB or in
NFL.
NFL at the
Same
same
day.
time.
Same day.
Same day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, Deion Sanders, obviously, legend of two-sport athletes. Next, Brett Favre for volleyball. He built a great volleyball facility at Southern Miss University.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask how he got the funds.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's not.
I don't know if we were going with Hall of Fame of bilking people out of their money or Hall of Fame of
No.
sending inappropriate texts to Florida State students.
Brian, I don't know how you live your life, but to me, those are not sports.
Okay.
Volleyball is a sport, and he contributed a lot to volleyball, specifically the Southern Miss
And
University.
I'm not allowed to ask follow-up questions about how he got that money?
No follow-up
Okay, okay.
questions
All right,
needed,
all right,
please.
all right, okay.
And next, last but certainly not least,
Yes.
a man who had a defining moment of an NBA Finals despite the fact that he's a football legend. In 1994, O.J. Simpson made his name known during the Rockets and Knicks 1994
Yeah, they went
Finals
picture
game.
in picture. Ruined 10-year-old
Yes,
me.
yes, but
O.J. Simpson, who else had that kind of impact on the NBA Finals as an NFL player? He literally never played in the NBA, but he made his presence known.
But if he did,
yeah,
Bo Jackson.
yeah.
Bo Jackson,
Third Hall
one.
of Fame Tecmo Bowl video games.
Yeah, video game
yes,
Hall of Fame.
video games
sure.
Hall of Fame as
But
well.
yeah, O.J. Simpson, NBA Hall of Famer for what he
All
did
right.
in the 1994 Finals.
That was a very good Mount Rushmore.
Arguably
+1.
played better than John Starks.
All right, you know what? We got 3 minutes left, so instead of going through our worst and love, let's just look at Rory's Masters dinner for the 3 minutes that we have
Yes,
left. And
this
have
is
a
the
little
thing
fun
I
with
loved in
this.
sports.
Yeah, let's just talk about this until John tells us to shut up and go to break.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, Rory's Master Club dinner, we have appetizers. We have a peach and ricotta flatbread, which Dan Orlowski had a wild take about. That just look for the audio on that. We don't have time to play it. You have rock shrimp tempura. You have grilled elk sliders and bacon wrapped dates as your appetizers. Your first course is a yellowfin tuna carpaccio. Main course choice of a wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, and the dessert, a sticky toffee pudding. I guess we got to go to Chef Cam first. Chef, what is your grade on this Masters dinner from Rory?
You know, at first when I looked at the appetizers, I was like, I'm not rocking with this. But then I saw that it was grilled elk sliders, which definitely had me intrigued. And then that wagyu filet mignon, I'm going to have to say a B+.
B+. All right.
I'll give it a B+.
What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, I think this is solid. I mean, I might even bump it up to an A. To be honest,
The dessert brings it down.
Who
to
did we
me.
do last year?
It was.
I don't even remember now.
Was it
Scotty? Yeah.
Oh, it was Scotty.
I gave him an A.
Yeah,
And I don't
Scotty-
think I
Scotty-
think I can give this over that.
Scotty Scheffer's kind of a man of the people when it
Yes.
comes to the Masters
Yes.
dinner, where it's like it is very much things that like we would order at a restaurant.
This mostly isn't.
Yeah,
Although,
this.
so a lot of it does sound good, but
Yeah,
most
but
of it's not.
it's elevated.
Yeah.
This is very elevated, very European.
I think the
Roy-
dessert brings
Roy
it down a
McIlroy.
grade for me. Like I can't get with the sticky toffee.
Yeah, I would like a little bit better from the dessert there. Sticky toffee pudding is like a little bit too like.
What
know?
would you replace it with? We got 1 minute.
I mean,
Can we go to full Chaz McCormick and just say banana pudding?
banana pudding would be great. Banana pudding would be great. I'm trying to think of
Churros that you keep on your bed. There it is.
Churros are
Yeah,
tres
I'm trying to
leches.
think of like a pie that would be
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
But yeah, that I think a churros or like a little cup of banana pudding, especially for the older Masters winners.
Fire.
Like do you think Jack Nicklaus could like really choke down something solid? No,
He
give
might
him.
die trying to eat a bacon wrapped day.
Yeah, give
He
him
might
some
choke on this.
give him some pudding because he's 90 years old.
We end on age shaming from the man who's about to turn 30. All right, that'll do it for the bullpen.
I'm like still 60 years younger than him.
Allegedly. There's no way to know. There's no way to know. Shout out to John Granado. All right, that'll do it for us for today. Thank you to John Belmer in studio. Thank you to Lexi coming out here and taking lots of great pictures. Thank you to Sean and Cam for dealing with me for 2 hours and laughing at my salty nuts joke there. Come out to Tom's Watch Bar. Walking distance to Toyota Center, where you can watch, where you can walk to and from the Rockets and the Heat at Toyota Center tonight. Great place, 60-plus TVs to watch March Madness and any other sports on the TV. Until next week, be good, Houston. Peace.